चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे। नमस्ते, वंदे मातरम, व hearty welcome this in this very good evening on this auspicious day. This is the most auspicious day for us who are pursuing the integral yoga, because today is the birth 143rd birthday of the mother. So on this auspicious occasion, we are going to have a short spiritual discussion on he and she part 2. Already we have discussed he and she, Purusha and Prakriti, Shiva and Shakti, soul and Shakti, Brahma and Maya. In the last discussion, we have already seen the type of relation, the type of Leela, what is going on here, we have already seen. In the part 2, Sri Aurobindo quotes here, almost what we will discuss on this part 2 of the he and she, almost on the Sri Aurobindo's writings, on the lights of Sri Aurobindo's Savitri almost. This is the knot that ties together the stars. Beautiful line. This is the knot that ties together the stars. We see two, but definitely they are one. They are one, but we find them in two forms. Sri Aurobindo writes in his own language, the two who are one are the secret of all power. The two originally who are one are the secret of all power. Again, the two who are one are the might and right in things, in all things, entire things throughout this universe, wherever we go and whatever we see. These two who are one are the might and right in things. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes, tries to describe, his soul, silent, supports the world and her. Although he is the possessor, now he is possessed. He is keeping himself in as the passive partner of the Prakriti. He is remaining silent almost all the time. Behind the veil, he is doing the things. But on the front, the executing power is the Prakriti or she. His soul, silent, supports the world and her. His acts are her commandments registers. His acts are her commandments register from the behind, as we have already seen, from behind the veil. The Purusha is there, he is there. He is very much attentive. He is well aware of the process, what is going to happen later. Everything he is controlling, managing and guiding and actually advising from the back, from the behind the veil only. But he is well aware. Of course, it is known, we feel as if he is silent, he is passive. He is the passive partner. But actually he is doing all these things. Happy, inert, he lies beneath her feet. Just imagine how the Leela is going on. Happy, inert, he lies beneath her feet. His breast he offers for her cosmic dance, because this world is not that much prepared for the Leela. So sometimes his breast he offers for her cosmic dance, of which our lives are the quivering theatre. On his breast, on the breast of Shiva, the Shakti offers her own dancing. Of this dance, our life becomes the quivering theatre, and none can bear but for his strength within. This is the strength, only the strength to bear the dance of the Prakriti, or her dance is only Shiva, nobody else. He is having the force. For that, he is offering his breast for her cosmic dance. Then what happens in the quotes here? His works, his thoughts have been devised by her. Of course, he is the possessor, but he has left the cosmic management on the hands of the Prakriti. His being is a mirror vast of hers, active, inspired by her. He speaks and moves. Already the drama, the act of the drama, the act, the entire dramatization, everything, execution, everything is planned and arranged by the Prakriti or she. His deeds obey her heart's unspoken demands. His deeds, just imagine what is their relation, how the things are getting executed. His deeds obey her heart's unspoken demands. Heart's unspoken demands, his deeds obey. Passive, already we have spoken the passive partner. So, passive, he bears the impacts of the world as if her touches shaping his soul and life. It seems entire shaping of his life and the soul has been executed, done by the Prakriti, but is now see everything seems as if the Purusha is passive. His journey through the days is her sun march, the beautiful, glorious description. His days his journey through his days is her sun march. He runs upon her roads, hers is his course. Entire things arranged, planned, guidance, everything is done by the Prakriti. A witness and student of her joy and dole. Just imagine how he lends, how he obeys. What is the type of surrender we see, the grand surrender, the real surrender we see here. A witness and a student of her joy and dole, a partner in her evil and her good also. In both duality, in her evil and her in good. So he is never leaving her, because to leave her would have been an impossible, simply impossible task. So a partner in her evil and her good. He is consented to her passionate ways. He is driven by her sweet and dreadful force. His sanctioning name initials all her works. He does everything. He plans everything, but things are executed, being guided from the behind the veil. Everything is done by the Prakriti. Then what happens? His silence is the signature of her deeds. He is remaining silent. The silence itself indicates the signature of to her deeds. In the execution of her drama scheme, in her fancies of the moment and its mood, in the march of this obvious ordinary world, where all is deep and strange to the eyes that see, and nature's common forms are marble waves. From outwardly, from the surface, if we can be able to glance, it will be think that things are going otherwise, but actually in the deeper meaning, this is the true attitude. Everything that is a lila, it is the game of the divine in two forms, he and she. This is the drama, it is going on, and under every deed sanctions, his consent is there, and the divine the Shakti is carrying out or executing everything. Her happenings that exalt and smile the soul, her force that moves, her powers that save and slay, her word that in the silence speaks to our hearts. Just imagine, without her nothing can be possible. Her silence that transcends the summit word, her heights and depths to which our spirit moves. Everything has been arranged, planned, and it is pre-planned. The road is sketched. The guidance is like this. We have to go. This is the track. This is the path, and this is the goal. Her empire in the cosmics he has built. He is governed by her subtle and mighty laws. Of course, the possessor, he is the rule maker, but he is ruled, obeys the rule, obeys the laws that he has made, he had to make, he obeys. Because this is the Leela and he is the passive partner. It seems so. His consciousness is a babe upon her knees, his being a field of her vast experiment. Her endless space is the playground of his thoughts. Of his thoughts. Everything he has thought, he has planned, he has guidance, but thing is executed by the Prakriti, by sea, the Maya, or it is by the Shakti rather, or by the sea, and there is a brief engagement, there is a clear cut understanding between them, but it is not understandable to the outside external human mind. Then what happens? His changed and struggling immortality. She binds to knowledge of the shapes of time and the creative error of limiting mind and chance that wears the rigid face of fate and her sport of death and pain and science. His changed and struggling immortality. Everything is there. Everything is done. The execution like this. It goes in this way. Then his soul is a subtle atom in a mass. Just imagine how the things are here. It is actually being executed. What is their role? How the things are progressing fast. His soul is a subtle atom in a mass. his substance, a material for her works. His spirit survives amid the death of things. He climbs to eternity through being's gaps. He is carried by her from night to deathless light. Just imagine, everything is done, and he is supporting from behind. He has offered himself like an incense. He is getting surrendered at the near the supreme, not near the Prakriti. This grand surrender, Sri Aurobindo, that's what, this grand surrender is his free will's gift. Nothing has been compelled, not nothing, simply it is free will's gift. His pure transcendent force submits to her. This grand surrender is there. Purusa is surrendering. This is known as the grand surrender. Everything in all ways he is surrendering. He is accepting the rules, regulation that has been devised by her, that has been created by her. He is walking on the track that is traced, the journey traced by the Prakriti. This grand surrender is his free will's gift. All the ways Purusa, or he wants to make her great. He wants to obey her so that this Prakriti will stand, will move forward, and will become great to the entire world's eyes. His pure transcendent force submits to hers. His pure transcendent force submits to her. This is the grand submission, grand surrender. It is the transcendent force that surrenders. This is the willful surrender. Then Sri Aurobindo, after a few lines, Sri Aurobindo quotes here, he thinks with her thoughts, with her trouble his bosom heaves. He thinks with her thoughts, with her trouble his bosom heaves. He seems the thing that she would have him seem. He is whatever her artist will can make. As her artist will can make, as she will design, as she will fashion, as she will fascinate, and that way only the Purusa moves on, and smilingly, without any anxiety, without any anguish, he travels on. This is his free will's gift. Smilingly he accepts. This is the drama. He is whatever her artist will can make. Although she drives him on her fancy's roads, at play with him with her child or slave, to freedom and the eternal's mystery and immortality stand above the world. But he knows the process, the execution is in the right track. He is taking towards the immortality, towards the upward motion. In the evolutionary process, things are going on as already planned, and this is only the execution in outward achievement. And behind all these dramas, behind the veil, the Purusa is doing everything but thinks to be a passive partner or a passive. So his face of human thought puts on a crown, held in her leash, bound to her veiled caprice. He studies her ways as if he may prevail, even for an hour, and she work out his will. Sometimes she knows and she works out her will because there is a strong determination is there. There is a strong decision. There is a strong arrangement is there. They have got their arrangement like this. There is a planning. They are very good understanding, and like this drama is going on. Then sometimes at last he wakes to a memory of self. He sees within the face of deity. The Godhead breaks out through the human mood. Her highest heights she unmasks and is his mate. Then the Purusa comes to his self-consciousness. He becomes self-conscious of himself. Then the highest heights he unmasks and he becomes his mate. Till then he is a plaything in her game, her seeming regent and her fancy toy, a living robot moved by her energy springs. So this is the drama going on. He and she are one. They are working together. Thank you.